All right, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Board, you've all received a copy of the minutes, so I'll entertain for a motion to accept as submitted.
I'll move them.
Moved by Mike,
I'll second.
second by Nancy, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. And we'll move into public comment, but I'd like to announce now that there's been some discussion on public comment during the meeting, and we're gonna limit public comment to the public comment periods only. Okay? Does anybody have anything they'd like to, well, that made that easy.
I just want to say one thing. It is really
Well,
very, I'm Carol Waller, and you can all see and hear me. It is really very nice to see you guys. Thank you. I mean, I really enjoyed being able to see your faces versus the backs of your head.
All right, thank you. If there's no other public comments, we'll move into highway, but Randy's not here. He decided to skip town a day early. Beat the weather out, so we really don't have a report from him. Unless, Mike, you have
I have
anything to
nothing.
report for him? No? Okay, well, is there any old business?
I don't know, would, I'm not saying you're old, but would Sammy DeRocher to be considered old business or new business to update us on her,
This might be a good time to do that, if you want to go ahead.
Okay,
Copy of the agenda then?
Oh.
it's no
Excuse me?
plan.
Do you have a copy of the
I
agenda?
spoke with the superintendent.
Come up here and use
No, I don't have one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Oh, that's one. Okay, thank you.
There was an issue with summer rec when I spoke with Lake Pleasant School about possible transportation. They weren't able to do it because they're in the middle of their next year's budget. But I actually went out and talked to the superintendent at Pasico School, and he said he was interested in possibly providing transportation for all the students from Pasico to the school if they can get anywhere from 7 to 9 of their students needing transportation. So I'm going to be sending out a survey tomorrow through the school for the Pasico students, just asking them if they're going to be participating, and if they did, do they need transportation, so I can bring it to him. And the only other thing is we talked to Nancy and Debbie about hiring 2 recreation aides. I'm going to try to be there every day, but I can't guarantee it because I have 3 other jobs. So I'm going to need help with the 3 days, because it's going to be 8 to 1, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then it'll be longer on Thursdays, because that'll be our trip days that we go out of town. And the latest I think we will be back is about 4 o'clock. So that's basically all that you have. I have just about everything planned out, and I'm just trying to figure out budgeting and getting the aides hired and making sure that everything's going to work out.
Okay.
Because we have the golf lessons that are going to be starting, which is a little bit more than expected. So.
I know the budget, we cut it for this year because we didn't have a good representation in, we didn't have a good representation last summer for youth rec. I think with the energy that Sammy is giving us, I think when we hire people, $500 isn't gonna be that much to hire 2 youth rec aides, and that's what's budgeted for on that line. And I think we might have to show her just a little bit of flexibility with.
And I don't know what your guys' requirements are, but the one thing that I really want to see with these aides is CPR certified and at least some kind of knowledge of first aid, especially if there's a day I can't be there.
Is that something you're able to teach them?
I'm not certified to teach CPR. I wish I could, but no, I
Yeah,
haven't gotten
yeah.
it.
I wonder if
There's a couple
Joyce
people that I
or-
know. I mean, you can talk to Joyce and Phil, definitely.
Yeah. Well, you're working on a budget.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out and trying to work everything in that's gonna be able to do. It's because the budget is only a certain number for supplies, and I've looked through the stuff that Mr. Mayor's left, but a lot of the markers are dried out, glue's bad, so I just gotta figure out exactly what's gonna be needed and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking for some idea of what your needs will be.
Okay.
And we'll act accordingly, hopefully. So,
Because like I said, right now the budget for the 2/8 is only 500 for the summer, so.
yeah.
So we're gonna need a resolution eventually to give me permission to advertise for 2/8.
Well, I'd like to get an idea of how much we're gonna
Yeah,
need
so I'm
to
just
spend
saying,
first.
usually by the end of April, beginning of May, it's kinda nice to get that ad out, so.
The earlier the better, because everybody's looking for work on the college level,
Yeah.
Right.
usually
So-
in March.
Right.
So just, if there's a resolution that can be done, for that, just let me know so we can get that advertised.
But we need to know how much,
That personally with the aides, that's up to you guys. I'm just looking more for supplies and making sure that we're gonna be able to do the stuff that I wanted to do and everything. Cause I wanna do a couple dances that are outside summer rec for like a mother-son dance and a father-daughter dance and stuff. So I'm not sure if Lake Pleasant Firehouse is, I have to give them the hall rental or not. I don't know how that works with them. I gotta turn that in, so that would be extra money. And Gary offered his services as a DJ, and that would be $150 for both. So it's just making sure the little things that are outside summer rec can get done as well.
right?
Perhaps we should make a motion to advertise
Mhm.
for the aides and see where the budget goes from there, because if we don't advertise, we're not gonna get anyone.
But you will be coming up with a budget that we can look at?
I have a little bit of one, but I mean, more than welcome to kind of look at. But like I said, there's a few other things and trying to make sure there's a buffer and being able to do stuff because I want to kind of do stuff in November, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to with everything. Because like I said, the golf lessons were a little bit more expensive than expected. So.
Yeah.
And we were just, I think Nancy and I were just saying, I think we were like hired out at about $12 an hour. So we could kind of just work on that, try to figure out what that would
Okay.
run. If you're looking at the schedule that you are for Tuesdays and, what did you say?
Yeah, Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
Tuesday and Wednesdays, 8 to 1, and then Thursday would be your longer day.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nancy and I can put some figures together and I can send that on to you and see if you agree
Sure.
to advertise or.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem with, if there's a need, but I'd like to have a better idea of how much you need.
Okay.
All right?
I think we went down in the budget, down to 500 from.
We did for the 8s.
Yeah, for the aides, yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
'Cause we
So
didn't
are
really
you
have
looking for your
anybody
committee to
We
find
didn't have
aides that are
anybody.
certified in CPR?
Well,
Or to
we just have
arrange
to
it?
explain, just
All we
look
do-
for people, and I would really would at least want one of them at least CPR certified, especially if I can't be there. Because working with that many kids and never knowing, not panicking and knowing what to do is a big thing, especially in the summer with it being so busy up here.
Mhm.
And what I normally do is we put an ad together and we put it in the newspaper and we run it for like 2 times in the Lake Pleasant section, not in the legal, so that people really do
See if
see
you can
it.
get somebody
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
CPR already.
I'm
Well,
gonna,
we can say
we're gonna add
CPR
that.
already,
Yeah.
or perhaps we can
yeah,
have someone
class,
yeah.
trained.
But the sooner we get this ad in, we'll find out whether we'll even have anybody, who knows, but the sooner
Yeah.
we get it in, the whenever.
Mhm.
See what we get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Is there any other old business? Mike? Okay, we'll move into new business.
I
Is
got old
Debbie-
business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was Debbie supposed to, she just asked me if she's supposed to advertise it.
Do you want me to go ahead and advertise now yet, or?
Oh, we didn't vote, did we?
No.
I'll second that.
Okay,
I need a motion that we advertise.
Nancy, thank you, okay, thank you, Chris.
And we have a motion and a second discussion. You have a problem with that?
No,
Mike?
I know we had a hard time last year getting.
Yeah, so that's why the sooner we get an ad in, the better
So
we'll
we
be,
really
so,
should get it in soon.
okay. I'll go ahead and do that and give that next week's
Yeah,
meeting.
I'm all for it.
Thank you.
I had a question about the propane tank. Did you get a letter yet?
I've not received any letters or anything concerning it. No?
Okay. I was just curious because this has been going on since last August. And I went to the village board meeting last Monday night. And they were talking about it's not their responsibility They believe it's the responsibility of the library / Town of Lake Pleasant. And they voted to give us an October deadline to get it moved. So, just so you know, that's going on.
All right, what about, letters you said,
They said, I thought they said that Katie was, their attorney was sending you, sending the town a letter. You haven't gotten anything.
no.
So, I thought they said she'd already sent it, but maybe what they said was she was going to send it.
Okay.
I don't know. But I just thought you should be aware that, they believe it's the town and the library's responsibility.
I kind of wonder if it's the responsibility of the engineer.
I thought that was-
Looking at it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that's where it's headed, doesn't it?
Well, we probably should look into it a little bit more. I don't know, was there authorization to put it there? There's still some questions out there that I haven't.
I would think that that was where they said to put, Jim Reed said to put it. But
Would there be anything on their building permit showing it?
Bob, do you know anything about it?
Other than the plans, I don't know where it would be. It wouldn't be on a permit, no.
No.
You know, I could be shown on a plan, but I don't know. I'd have to look.
All right, thanks. Maybe we can look into that, see what you have and see if it shows anything. Okay. Anything else?
Not for me.
Okay, we'll move into new business. There were some concerns about rules and procedures of running the town board meetings. I believe we're working on it, so I don't think, we don't have anything finalized at this point, but it's in process, so. Next thing I had was the grant opportunities, just to mention that the county is hiring a firm that will work with us on writing grants. And there's a number of different projects, not only in the town but in the village, that this might really work well for both the village and the town. We're having a special meeting tomorrow, the county, to discuss this further, and hopefully I'll have more to update at the next meeting.
what kind of grants, or they're just generic grants, or housing, or?
There's different grant programs that this company will represent us and do the grant writing and apply for. One is a possible grant for the museum. The village is very seriously looking to a possible grant for the sewer and water problems, updates that are needed, so.
So it's like any kind of opportunity that comes down the pike,
Well, anything that falls within the strategic plans by the state. Like there's water and sewer grants right now because of the problems that happen in other parts of the state. There's money available for projects like that, so. I'm encouraged, I think it's good that we're pursuing some of that money, so.
yeah.
Next thing I had, public meetings, the public meeting that's on the Perkins Clearing, the Specular Tree Farm is on the 24th?
Fifth.
25th. 25th at 6:30 PM. It's at the Lake Pleasant School. I encourage anybody that is interested in how the Perkins Clearing, the Specular Tree Farm is being managed, that they attend and speak up. A good turnout of people could be quite helpful on how that's used, so. Next thing I had is we have Jim and Donna here from the Chamber of Commerce, and one of you had offered to give us a little update on what's going on.
Well, thank you. We have been working with Cycle Adirondacks. I don't know if you know the organization. They're bringing 200 people here in August, and they'll be camping down over in the park. they'll be staying here for a couple days, riding around the local area, then they're gonna be going up, camping out in a couple areas up there, eventually they'll end up back here. So we've been working with them. One of their things that they're gonna be doing is doing a community project. I'm talking to Mr. McComb, and we're hoping that that community project is gonna be working some more on the trail that's over right next to the park there. There might be some areas that we can replace, there might be some more gravel we can put in there, but the big idea was putting a few benches in there. A few places that as people are walking along, they can sit down on those benches. Some of that stuff we can construct in advance, some of the stuff we'll have them work on to help us. Some of the log, we're actually gonna make a couple of cut log benches that we'll put in also, giving them the opportunity to help us to carry them in. But they're providing funding. So that's the nice thing about it, is that's part of their community service. They provide the hands, but also some money, which makes it a lot easier. And I know also that Mr. McComb said that there was some funds available if we had to shore up some of the things we're doing. So we'll be constructing the benches. We may need to talk to someone about working in the pavilion a little bit to put together some benches. We have a couple different designs we want to use. And we'll let you guys see what we want to talk about to do that. Something that's going to be easy to integrate into the actual boardwalk area. That's not interfering with the width that we need for the wheelchairs. That's exciting. We also are working on, we're going to be providing 2 programs for the local businesses, how to work with Facebook, using that as a multimedia, but also Airbnb and how people can use that in our local community. And that's going to be provided. We'll put some ads in the paper and have that probably here in the library. Other than that, we're working on our annual report, and we'll have that by mid-May to hand out to you folks. We are going to be first presenting it to our annual dinner, which is at May 23rd, and that's going to be located over at the camp. And we're very excited about that because I want to give people a chance to see the facilities over there, but also it's a neat venue where we're going to be in the old recreation hall. We're going to have music, we're going to have a presentation by the little ones with dance and a few other things in there. So, and we're finishing up the planning on that tomorrow, but we're looking like it's going to be an exciting time. Also, Neil is going to be providing the food for that. So, but other than that, I think that's everything. If you have any questions for me, or if you want to know anything that's going on, please let me know.
Great. Anybody? No? Thank you, Jim. That's it for new business unless anybody has anything. No?
Oh, is this time?
I'm sorry?
Is this time to bring up that resolution, or do you want me to wait for the roundtable?
Oh, that's fine. You can do that now if you want.
Okay.
If you want to speak on that first, go ahead.
Yeah, I was reading in the Hamilton County Express Saturday about the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors authorizing the purchase of more license plate readers. So I started researching these things because it seemed like an awful lot of money to spend for one setup to start with, but the more I researched it, the more alarmed I became. So I have written a resolution asking the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors to adopt strong written privacy protection policy regarding these things. And that's what this whole resolution is all about. Shall I read it, or?
Sure.
Okay. Title is opposing the April 5th, 2018 vote of the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors to purchase automatic license plate readers for use by the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. Whereas it has come to the attention of Lake Pleasant Town Board that the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors did on April 5th, 2018 authorize the purchase of ALSAG Plate Hunter M6 license plate reader surveillance cameras for $17,852. And whereas the ALSAG Plate Hunter M6 is advertised as capable of reading up to 1,800 license plates a minute, day or night, across 4 lanes of traffic and at speeds up to 150 miles per hour, alerting officers within milliseconds if a plate is suspect. And whereas these scans are compared to plates of interest downloaded into the license plate reader and then stored in databases that can be searched by license plate number, turning up photos of every sighting of a particular vehicle, including the day, time, and location of each sighting. And whereas license plate readers may be mounted on police cruisers, where they read and store the license plates of every vehicle, whether parked or moving, that the cruiser passes, including those parked at stores, banks, places of worship, bars, addiction counseling meetings, doctor's offices, health clinics, political protests, and even the residences of friends that one visits. And whereas the location data of innocent people is being sold or shared, as demonstrated by Vigilant Solutions, a private company that sells access to its nationwide database of billions of records of people's whereabouts that it has collected from both private and law enforcement automatic license plate readers. And whereas this gives Vigilant Solutions and others the capacity to track a car's location both in the past and in real time, conduct a virtual stakeout of a location, identify cars commonly seen in close proximity to one another, find cars whose owners are behind on payments and flag them for repossession, etc. And whereas this has created an unprecedented breach of privacy, which has not been addressed by the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Lake Pleasant implores the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors to institute strong written privacy protections regarding the use of license plate readers and the storage, accessing, or sharing of data obtained by the readers before instituting the use of automatic license plate readers within the County of Hamilton, including the immediate erasure of any data of license plates that are not plates of interest, and that the Lake Pleasant Town Clerk send certified copies of this resolution to the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors, Hamilton County Sheriff Carl Abrams, and Hamilton County Emergency Manager Don Purdy. So it's shocking. Big Brother's here, that's for sure. So,
Well, are you proposing this resolution at this
yeah,
time?
I'll move it.
I'd like to table this till next meeting.
Okay.
Sheriff Abrams called me today in reference to this,
Mm-hmm.
and he would like to represent his department on behalf of this.
At our next meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, he said he could be here.
That's good.
Okay, so we'll table this for now.
Okay.
Thanks.
I guess, okay. So I do need a second to table.
Oh, yeah, we do need a second to,
I second.
second by Nancy, sorry about that. Okay, thank you. Well, I'll entertain for a motion to pay the bills since we've all been through them so far.
I so move.
Nancy,
Second.
a second? Is that you, Mike?
Chris.
Oh, Chris? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion fails. Now we're back to public comments. Anybody?
Danny Johnson, just.
Shorty, can you come up here, please?
It's just an FYI thing on that advertising for summer rec help. The village had problems one time, and what we did was advertise in the paper, but we also sent letters to the Wells, school, and Northville School, and the, teachers and that. Pass it around with the kids, and we got a couple hits that way for lifeguards, so when you advertise for rec, summer rec, that'd be a way to go possibly.
Right, thank you. Anyone else? Oh, roundtable, Mike,
No, I'm all set.
Chris,
I'm done.
Nancy,
Nothing.
Debbie, you have anything?
Nada.
I'll just reiterate about the public meeting put on by DEC on the 25th. I think it's very important that we get as many people out to this as possible. Again, that's on April 25th, 6:30 at the Lake Pleasant School. And there's a written comment period up until May 11th. And the letters written and signed in are just as important, if not more important, than the actual speaking at the meeting, so. Thank you. Any reason to go into executive session? Nope.
I did want to tell everybody that I have been getting better at the website, and I think it's reached the point where it'll start being helpful again to people.
Okay.
So, I mean, it should be now helpful to people. And, you know, the more I do it, the better I get. So anybody that wants something posted on it, just email me or call me. Like the library's gonna have a book sale the last Wednesday of the month. They're gonna start their book sales again. I'll put that on there. I'll put anything that somebody wants to get the word out on there under the news section. Don?
Yeah, I know it's not public comment, but I tried to get on the calendar on the website today and it wouldn't let me.
There's no calendar there.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there's a thing that says calendar and you click on it and nothing came up?
Nothing comes up.
Okay, when I went into it through my computer, not the one I bought for the town's website, I get a blank screen that says calendar of events, so I put a link on it to the Chamber of Commerce.
Nothing came up.
Okay, well, you want to let Brian know that, because I
Okay.
can't fix that.
Yeah, if
But-
it says calendar, there should be a calendar there, if not, just get rid of it.
I want to get rid of that, yeah, but I have an email into the computer guy, and Danny's gonna get on his case, so.
All right. I guess that's it. I want to thank for a motion to adjourn.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Mike
I'll second.
and Nancy. Thank you, everybody.
Next meeting, first week in May. 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's first week in May. You here?
Yeah, we just gotta tell Carl.
I used to have to do that for spelling.
We've never hired anybody that we didn't know, so yeah, we definitely do something about that.